afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 20th graduation rite of Smart Starters Montessori Grade School Department and moving up for Junior High School Department. I am Kim Samantha A. Tesoro, your Master of Ceremonies for today's activity. With me is the dashing Matthews A. Cervantes.
Sam, thank you for the compliment. You look good yourself. You look very excited. Good afternoon, our dear parents, beloved guests, and graduates. We are very grateful that you have graced this occasion with your presence.
I'm sure I'm not the only one looking forward to what happens next, but more so the graduates, their parents, and loved ones.
I am thrilled, and the atmosphere here is tense. Did you get to see our graduates earlier? They all look beautiful and dignified in their graduation attire.
They are indeed. So Matthews, let's not make them wait any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall start the graduation ceremonies with the entrance of colors, followed by our school officials, headed by our beloved directress, Ms. Baby Dino, Mr. Fermin C. Nuestra, our respectable guest speaker, Dr. Catherine M. Beltran, and our parent speaker, Mrs. Lorna Calalas, followed by our dynamic head faculty members and equally gorgeous parents. graduation and moving up school year 2021 to 2022. The 24 grade school candidates, followed by our 12 movers from the junior high school.
Viva Quezon.
Please remain standing for the opening prayer to be led by Eric A. Escobar Jr.
Dear Lord, we're all gathered here today to celebrate the graduation and moving up day. We thank you for all the blessings we have received, and we thank you for letting us all gather here at the convention center despite the pandemic that we are facing. We ask for your blessing upon Smart Starters Montessori. We ask you to bless us with health in mind, body, and spirit. Protect us and draw us near to you as we take the next step on our life's journey. Ease any anxiety that we might feel about the future. Assure that you will be with us every moment. May the years ahead of us bring promise and fulfillment. May inner peace be our constant companion. We ask this blessing through Christ our Lord. Amen.
To set the ambience and mood this afternoon, let us all listen to a song rendition of the prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Rio Vendane V. Custudio and Sofia Catherine M. Beltran.
Thank you for that beautiful number. Indeed, a beautiful song from beautiful people.
This year, we have a total of 24 grade schoolers who are candidates for graduation and 12 junior high school students for moving up.
We would like to acknowledge the presence of our honored guest speaker, Dr. Catherine M. Beltran. Thank you for gracing this special occasion with your presence. To formally welcome us all, may we call on Eliza Truzimon P. Nima.
To our distinguished guests, to our school administrators, parents, teachers, my fellow graduates, and to our beloved directors, Ms. Lady Dino, a pleasant afternoon, and welcome to the graduation and moving up ceremony here in the City of San Jose del Monte Convention Center. First of all, we would like to thank those who work hard, especially Ms. Lay, in organizing this well-prepared event. It is our first time here at San Jose School. Our graduation is even more memorable because we spend time and effort to ensure that we will have a meaningful memory. Thank you, dear teachers, for all of the knowledge you have given us and for all of the lessons that you have shared with us. Thank you, dear parents, for working so hard to give us a good education. We're so happy that you're here with us today because this is a milestone for us. And most of all, thank you, God, for all of your blessings. Graduation is the most significant event in our lives. It brings us the mixture of joy and pain. Joy for reaching our goals, and pain for saying goodbye to those who became a big part of our lives. And so, dear parents, honored guests, in behalf of the graduating class, it is my pleasure to welcome you to witness this year's graduation ceremony. Classmates, fellow graduates, I wish you all good luck for the incoming years of our lives. And may the years to come be good to all of us. As what Lea Salonga's The Journey said, what a journey it has been, and the end is not in sight. And so, may God and His wisdom bless our journey with success. Thank you very much. Once again, welcome and good afternoon.
Before we proceed with our ceremonies, our graduates need to be confirmed. May we call on our beloved directress, Ms. Lady Dino.
Grade school candidates for graduation, please rise. Grade 6 po, please rise. Ms. Lady Dino, I have the honor of presenting to you 24 grade 6 pupils of Smart Starters Montessori school year 2021-2022 who have completed all their academic requirements as prescribed by the Department of Education and who are now candidates for graduation.
Good afternoon, everyone. By the power vested in me by the Department of Education as your school directress, and having completed all the academic requirements prescribed by the Department of Education for school year 2021-2022, I now confirm your graduation. Congratulations!
Junior high school movers, please rise. Ms. Lady Dino, I have the honor of presenting to you 12 grade 10 students of our junior high school department. The school year 2021-2022 who have completed all their academic requirements as prescribed by the Department of Education and who are now candidates for moving up.
By the power vested in me by the Department of Education as your school directress, and having completed the prescribed academic requirements by the Department of Education, school year 2021-2022, I now confirm your completion. Congratulations, grade 10.
Now we have come to the awarding of certificates, one of the most exciting parts. To award these certificates, may we ask Ms. Levinio, our directress, and Mr. Nuestro, our administrative head, to come up on stage. To assist them are Ms. Lorelai Cornesa and Ms. Lilette de Guzman.
Custodio, Libre V. Delfino, Jaden D. Dino, Marco, Nathaniel M. Estor, Swayze, Lem R. Burat, Lance, Cedric D. Euphemia, Hans, Zolo A. Ignacio, Cass, Lawrence E. Haromamay, Guthrie G. Lingaw Lingaw, Elijah P. Samson, Joseph David T. Beltran, Sophia, Catherine M. Monieto, Ron, Janelli L. De Guzman, Francesca, Mai, Ann L. Florentino, Stella, Diana T. Lastimosa, Margaret C. Maalihan, Abigail N. Paroncha, Christine Joanna. Policarpio, Caliana, Martha B. Rubio, Elisha C. Tamundong, Maria, Diane, Ashera G. Valencia, Luis E. Flores, Athena, Mary A.
From Junior High School Department, Baliano, Elijah, Noah, Josh E. Nieto, Allen James L. Escobar Eric Jr. A. Quintinita Paul Erin C. Tamayo Hazel V. Nakasi Caitlin Alisa Nicole V. De Guzman Bien Marie Angeline L. Delavine Chinele G. Ginakaran Eliza Denise N. Gurat Lena Crystal D. Wanima Eliza Drew Zimon P.
Everyone, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I say your name. Cast Lawrence B. Ignacio, a graduate of Smart Starters Montessori, do solemnly pledge to observe and to maintain absolute loyalty to the noble ideals of my alma mater, and to live in a manner worthy of my God, my country, my family, and myself. So help me God.
Our first parent speaker today is a graduate of Bachelor in Accountancy at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. She has worked as an administration assistant manager in K Service Trade Incorporated since 1991. A parent of one of our grade 10 completers, may I present to you Mrs. Lorna Aldehe Calalas.
To our school directors, Ms. Lady, teachers and faculty members, parents, and most of all, to the batch 2022 graduates, happy afternoon. Nakaka-stress pala pag nandito sa harap. Lalo na narinig ko si Drew. Diyos ko, sabi ko, parents ako. Isa ako sa parents ko, yung mga magagaling pa talaga yung mga students. Anyway, it is an honor for me to be picked to render the parents' message for this ceremony. When I got the message from Ms. Suzette, my first reaction was, hala, bakit ako? Pati na lang yung mga parents ng mga honors. Sabi ni Ms. Suzette, ma'am, kayo po talaga yung napili. Ito talaga yung hirap pag laging kausap si Ms. Lay, natatandaan. So, we started here in SSM when my son was in grade 2. First, during his CASA years, he was in a Baptist school. And nung nag-grade 1 siya, nandun siya sa isang Catholic school here in our area. Iniiwasan ko talaga yung Smart Starters Montessori. Why? Because medyo may kataasan na tuition yung Islay. And medyo malayo siya sa amin, so kailangan namin ng service. Na yun naman talaga yung gusto ng anak ko. Sasakay siya doon sa white service van nung neighbor namin na laging sumusundo. So, eto na. So, during CASA years, nung nag-moving up na sila, the school admin and her husband needs to go back to the US para sa kanilang citizenship. And kinausap kami ng husband ko na sabi niya, ma'am, maybe it's time to transfer Lawrence to another school. Kasi medyo aalis po kami and hindi po yata kakayanin nung susunod sa amin. So I was hurt during that time. Di ko mag-gets why a 5-year-old boy hindi kakayanin ng isang adult teacher. Pero since ganun nga yung sinabi sa amin, we transferred him sa Catholic school. So doon kami nag-grade 1. First week ng pasukan, ito na. Napatawag na naman po ako. Ang unang sabi, ma'am, si Lawrence po, hindi po namin masaway. Ayaw na ko pansinin ng anak ko dito. So, hindi naman po siya yung nauuna sa kalokohan, pero siya po yung tumatapos. So, during that time, uso yung trolley na bag, yung malalaki. And may nagsimula yatang gumawa ng parang ginawang train, choo-choo train. So, ending, si Lawrence ayaw niyang umalis doon sa choo-choo train. And nagsimula din doon na pagkatapos ng attendance, nagro-roaming na yung anak ko. Roaming sa iba't ibang room. Good morning. Hanggang sa naging tambayan niya na yung principal's office. That was when kinausap kami ng principal. Maybe ma'am, we need to ipa-check si Lawrence sa isang neurologist. Kasi may napapansin kaming disorder na ayaw namin pangalanan. My initial reaction was hindi abnormal ang anak ko. Kasi ang connotation ko sa my condition is yung nakikita physically. Yun yung mga may Down syndrome. May iba pa palang cases. So kahit we are in denial, we look for a pediatric neurologist. And ang result, he has ADHD. It is the attention deficit hyperactive combined type sa kanya. It is the most common type of ADHD, characterized by impulsive and hyperactive behavior, as well as inattention and no distractibility. Little focus, easily distracted, and di mapakali sa pwesto. So doon kami nagsimula. So since ang Smart Starters Montessori, meron silang sinasama nila yung mga CSM, Children with Special Needs, sa class. So doon kami nagsimula pumasok sa Smart. And we also started to attend therapy sessions hanggang 2019. During the early years in SSM, nagkaroon siya ng mga friends and mga nakakagalit. Pero syempre, away bata, it's normal. I don't know kung ako lang po ba yung parent na tinatry kilalanin yung mga kaibigan ng mga anak niya. Ako, isa-isa, chine-check ko sa kanya, sino to, ano niya, ganito. Kasi gusto ko, yung mga nagiging friends ng anak ko, nagiging parang friend ko na din. Pina-follow up ko sa kanila kung kamusta si Lawrence, kasi nga, medyo meron kaming kakaiba. Buti na lang, yung mga friends niya, wala siyang friends sa house, sa bahay. Ang mga friends niya is from SSM at saka yung mga former classmates or yung mga kuya niya before, former students ng SSM. Our Smart Starters Montessori journey was not as smooth as it seems. Ilang beses na mapatawag ako dahil sa mga nagagawa pa rin niya. Ilang special projects na rin yung naiisip ni Slay for Lawrence. But looking back, it teaches him a lesson. Experience indeed is a great teacher. For the upcoming grade 7, kayong mga graduates ng grade 6, enjoy the next chapter of your student life. High school na to, ito yung pinakamasarap daw na stage ng pag-aaral. If dito pa rin kayo sa SSM by next school year, no need to worry. SSM teachers will always guide you. So just enjoy every moment. For the grade 10 graduates, itong mga binatilyo at dalagitan ng mga to, nakita kong lumaki. So, ito yung equivalent nung kapanahunan namin magka-college na. Let me ask you, are you ready? Do you have a clear picture of what you want na maging course sa college? I know you still have 2 more years sa high school, a senior high school. Ito yung mag-lead sa inyo kung ano talaga yung magiging gusto nyong course pagdating nyo sa college. I know some of you, wala pa. Or maybe, sumusunod lang din sa parents. This may sound cliche, pero you need to study hanggang makakuha kayo at the very least, college diploma. Once meron na kayo niyan, di yan mawawala sa inyo. Pamana namin yung parents sa inyo. Ito ang tatandaan nyo lagi. All parents want what is best for you. Now, kung mag-e-excel ka, that's a bonus for us. As for Miss Lay, SSM students matatalino na academically, which is wala naman talagang kukontra. Kids nowadays, napakagagaling na nila, mas magagaling pa sa ating mga parents. But, my wish for you is mas ma-develop yung inyong emotional quotient or emotional intelligence. It is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome the challenges, and diffuse conflict. The higher the EQ, you can adapt to the ever-changing conditions prevailing around you. If things did not go as planned, then think of how to go with the current situation. Medyo mahaba ng butong-butong ko. Let me up this talk. First, thank you, Miss Day, for always there for my son. For serving as extended parent to him. Thank you sa mga members ng SSM faculty for your patience, guidance, alam niyo na po yun. Thank you sa mga friends ni Lawrence, sa mga classmates, most especially kay Eric at saka kay Denise. Alam niyo kung minsan tinetext ko kayo, kumusta si Lawrence, anong assignment. So, I hope kahit magkakahiwa-hiwalay na kayo, you will remain friends pa rin. And for Lawrence, anak, kahit lagi kitang napagsasabihan, alam mo, this is for your own good. What Papa and I wanted for you is to be successful sa future. So hanggang kaya namin, susuportahan ka namin, anak. Love you. Thank you and happy afternoon.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your story. And now for our second parent speaker. She is a proud mother of 3 boys, ages 13, 9, and 8, and a devoted wife of an IT specialist. She is one of the founders of a homegrown cafe here in San Jose del Monte, which is called Beatrix Cafe. She is also an essential oil specialist of the Terra Philippines, where she empowers individuals and families one drop at a time. She is into DIY projects and upcycling. I am honored to introduce to you the reigning Mrs. SSM, Mrs. Angeline M. Valdez-Tamon.
To our honorable guests, our amazing faculty, our wonderful staff, led by our ever marvelous directress, Ms. Laidinho, to all our graduates and proud parents, good afternoon. Thank you, Lord, for making this event possible. Napakasarap po sa pakiramdam na finally we can go back to this kind of gatherings. It is a great honor to be here, courtesy of the invitation of our dear directress, because today we witness another milestone of the students of Smart Starters Montessori. This is your moment, but not yours alone. You share it with your family and friends. This is a day full of joy and pride, especially to your loving parents and guardians who are with you not only today, but ever since you started your journey as a student. I know, as a parent, it is not an easy feat, more so when the pandemic stunned the world. I see before me all the graduates, full of smiles, joy, wearing your white cap and gown. I applaud you for completing all the academic requirements to be part of this commencement exercise. You have done a great job. But for my co-parents, I see before me all your hard work and the undying support, the sacrifices. I salute you all. After all we've been through, because of our unseen enemy, conquering silent battles, we truly deserve to celebrate this win. I have read this quote from an author: your greatest contribution to the universe may not be something you do, but someone you raise. I felt that. Do you feel the same way? It is my great honor to be here. I am truly grateful because today, I see before me not just the graduates of Smart Starters Montessori. I might be looking to the eyes of a future doctor, a future lawyer, a future teacher, a future entrepreneur, or maybe the future president of our country. Mga anak, dahil sa inyo, buong-buo ang pag-asa sa aming mga puso na kayo ang magpapatibay ng ating lipunan sa hinaharap. And for that, all the hard work, the endless support, the sacrifices of your parents, it's all worth it. It takes a village to raise a child, and that is why I am very grateful that fate brought my children to Smart Starters Montessori. My family had been through difficult situations. I know, hindi kami nag-iisa. The pandemic pushed us all out of our comfort zones. But if there's one thing I truly appreciate from SSM, the time they gave to listen and comfort our worried souls during those vulnerable times are deeply appreciated. But to hear the words, how can we help? They don't just listen. They are more than willing to help, and help they will give. Our family is truly grateful. And in so many ways, marami rin natututunan sa kanila. I feel like I'm back to being a student again. If it takes a village to raise a child, I just know we are in the right village. And as Mrs. SSM, I would like to reach out to all my co-parents to help strengthen this safe and nurturing community for our children. I know we can collaborate, and I look forward to that. To our dear graduates, always remember, you will never appreciate joy if you do not experience sadness. Same with success, it will not taste sweet without learning from the bitterness of our mistakes. In a world where everything can be done in an instant, remember the winemakers. You cannot produce the best wine in a flash. It will take time. There will be highs and lows, but continue to use your talents and skills. Go forth and do great things. Show them your heart. Let the world see you. To the class of 2022, congratulations. The fate of our future is in your hands, and I am confident that it will be better because of you. Thank you very much, and good afternoon.
Today, we are very honored and privileged to have a guest speaker to give us an inspirational talk about our graduation theme, Montessorians, pursuing dreams and fostering resilience in the face of adversity. To introduce our guest speaker, may we call on Mrs. Z. Joy de Casa.
Our next parent speaker is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Psychology at the University of Santo Tomas. She continued her education in the same institution as a Doctor of Medicine. She has been a licensed Doctor of Medicine since 2001 and had passed the Philippine Specialty Board of Internal Medicine in 2007. She is presently connected with the City Health Office of San Jose del Monte, Bulacan. She is a proud parent of one of the graduates from the grade 6. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to introduce to you Dr. Catherine Misoles Beltran.
Thank you, Ms. Joseph, for that heartwarming introduction. Ms. Lady Dino, School Directress, esteemed teachers, guests, fellow parents, graduates, a blessed afternoon to all of us. I am truly honored to be invited as guest speaker in today's momentous occasion. First of all, I would like to congratulate fellow parents, and guardians of today's graduates for persevering in the quest to provide our children with the best elementary and high school education. While our children were confronted with the challenges of online classes, many of us were confronted with hardships as the pandemic claimed lives and closed down businesses. In fact, even before the pandemic, sustaining our children's education in a private educational institution had not been easy. Yet, we are all here today, a testament to our unwavering commitment to provide our children with the best start in life. My own journey at a private elementary school had likewise been full of challenges. We did not have much resources, but what little we had was spent on education. Standing before you today, with my achievements enumerated earlier, I would say that what my parents struggled to provide in education turned out to be the best investment ever. The same investment that we are now making for our children. We may not have clear idea yet on how our children will turn out to be many years from now. It may look like it's all just fun and play, with activities like camping, field trips, and She's Got the Look segments, to name a few. But character building takes time. It takes place both in and out of the classroom. It takes place both in winning and in losing. One day, when they discover their gifts and their dreams, we would tell ourselves, buti na lang tinuloy natin sa Smart Starters Montessori ang mga anak natin. Because elementary and high school years are periods of great foundational growth for both knowledge and character that will launch a million dreams. I myself did not know what profession to pursue. Until much later, I only knew that I liked putting the stethoscope on a doll and administering make-believe injections through plastic syringes. And when I had a chance, I cleaned up my cousin's wound and rubbed with methylate hard on his foot to kill the germs. To his dismay, kasi masakit daw. But it was only when I graduated from high school that my dream finally had a name, a medical doctor. Indeed, when a dream takes hold of you, you will do anything and everything to make it come true. As a renowned author, Lorraine McDaniel once said, so this is always the key. You have to write the book you love, the book that's alive in your heart, and that's the one you have to write. The dream that our children have in their hearts, that's the same they have to pursue. Because that's the dream they will be willing to climb mountains for. That's the dream that they will be willing to risk disappointments for and be willing to bounce back for. And when they do, that is where they are likely to succeed. It is therefore very important for us parents to help our children discover their own dreams. It would be wonders when we complement our children's exposure to different activities. With our express support and confidence in their ability to choose, this would help build them in a healthy self-esteem, one that will foster resilience in the face of adversity. This belief in themselves would allow them to regard setbacks as temporary situations that need resolving, not a judgment on their person. It is very crucial to us to embrace that each child is gifted differently and to remember that great things take time, so we need to be patient. This may seem to demand a lot of adjustments from us, especially if we had raised from the well-meaning ways of the previous generations. But let us take heart in the promise of our children's future. What is at stake here will surely be worth it. To make things easy to remember, we would do well to remind ourselves that true love always liberates. And it liberates both ways. We can do this. Again, congratulations to the graduates of 2022. Congratulations to fellow parents, guardians, and families. Good afternoon to all.
Smart Starters Montessori presents the Certificate of Appreciation to Dr. Catherine M. Beltran in grateful acknowledgement and sincere appreciation of her invaluable service rendered as a speaker in the 20th commencement exercises, given this 30th of April 2022 at the CSJDM Convention Center, City of San Jose del Monte, Bulacan, signed by our school directress, Ms. Lay B. Dino. Intrapersonal Intelligence Award goes to Casas Iwin Chase D. People with high intrapersonal intelligence are aware of their strengths and weaknesses. This young boy is a gentleman of few words. He tends to shy away from others, but he glows when he is with his closest friends. Audacious Learner Award is Custodio Rivenday D. A person who shows willingness to take surprisingly bold risks. This boy is not afraid to do new and exciting things. He is a born risk taker, loud and spirited. Self-reliant achiever, Delfino Jaden D. Positively spirited learner is none other than Dino Marco Nathaniel M. Described as full of energy, enthusiasm, and determination, this boy seems to be the very definition of the boy next door. Our ardent learner awardee is none other than Lingaw Lingaw Elijah B. This reserved, serious, yet responsible young man is intensely devoted, eager, and an enthusiastic learner. He always sees to it that he completes his requirements. He is very compliant, which is very seldom found in boys of his age. This one goes to Maalihan Abigail Ann. She is a lovely yet complicated lady. Some say she's domineering and has a very strong personality. She may seem stubborn to some, but really, she is firm, forward, resolute, and confident. This girl radiates an outgoing personality. She is also one of our loyalty awardees. Our next award is the Conscientious Worker. This one goes to Gura Lance Cedric D. Someone who is described as doing work well and thoroughly. He has the desire to do things well or to the best of his ability. He is thorough, careful, efficient, organized, and vigilant in his efforts based on his principles or sense of what is right. He is also one of our loyalty awardees. Elegantly endearing award goes to Valencia Uriz B. Someone who is described to be endearing and means that she causes someone to feel very fond of them. This young pretty girl acts and speaks like a lady. She acts formally and accordingly. She knows how to listen and how to conduct herself properly. Most developed learner, Rubio Elisha C. When she first joined Smart Starters Montessori, she was shy and lacked confidence. Looking at her now, one can see that she has already acquired a cheerful demeanor. Slowly, she has gained confidence and belief in herself. She is also one of our loyalty awardees. Achievement Award, Harumamai Guthrie G. He excels in geography and history. He possesses good memory too. He is a person who knows a lot about history and finds discussion about a particular period, person, or place fascinating. When we hear someone will be a future politician, he is also one of our loyalty awardees. Analytical learner, De Guzman Francesca Mai Ann L. Someone who is good at taking a problem or task and breaking it down into smaller elements in order to solve the problem or complete the task. She is straightforward, aggressive, ambitious, competitive, and outspoken. This young lady is very curious. She keeps asking about things that interest her. She keeps her mind and keeps her ground. She is also one of our loyalty awardees. Resolute Resolve Award, Estor Swayze Lem R. He sets his mind to do something and it becomes his purpose. He is determined to finish his tasks and learn from them. This boy has learned to overcome his difficulties. Though tough as it may seem, he tackles academic topics with a positive outlook and fierce determination. He is also one of our loyalty awardees. Our next award is the Logical Mathematical Intelligence Award. This one goes to Ignacio Cas Lawrence T. excellent in problem-solving skills, enjoys thinking about abstract ideas, and likes conducting scientific experiments, is a logical mathematical thinker. This young man has shown brilliance in the exact calculation in mathematics and geometry. He enjoys answering problems and can usually deduce the answers in a snap. He is known for his analytical skills, which enables him to surpass his previous achievements. He is also one of our loyalty awardees. Multi-dimensional young Miss Parocha Christine Joanna. She may be short in height, as she always points out, but big in heart. She is pretty, smart, talented, friendly, and a jolly person. She is known for her angelic voice and her gracious movements. She is also one of our loyalty awardees. Candy learner, Flores Athena Mary A. She says what she feels and always verbalizes her opinion of things. She is quite a contrast because there are times when she sounds so mature for her age. However, there are times when she reacts childishly to comments directed at her. She is also one of our loyalty awardees. Steadfast learner, Samson Joseph David T. Firm in belief, determination, or adherence, we commend this boy for being a gentleman. He is always ready with a helping hand. He used to be the last one to finish his homework, but now he has learned to focus and use time wisely. Logical Intelligence Award, Euphemia Hans Zolo A. He has the ability to provide a reason in a clear and consistent manner. This boy may seem childish at first, but he's mature in ideas and opinions. He loves to make long explanations of things, especially those things which really catches his attention or interest. He is quite philosophical, witty, and displays a high sense of humor. Zealous achiever, Bonieto Von Janelli L. Described as someone who is filled with or showing a strong and energetic desire to get something done or see something succeed, this tall and beautiful young lady is scholarly, hardworking, obedient, punctual, and efficient. She sees to it that all tasks given to her are accomplished. Linguistic Logical Mind Award, Beltran Sofia Catherine M. Described as someone who deals with sensitivity to the spoken and written language and capacity to use language to accomplish certain goals, this charming lady is an achiever. She strives hard to do her best and feels strongly responsible for her studies. Polite, courteous, tactful, she displays the qualities of an ideal daughter. The future shines brightly for this lady. A Montessorian since her CASA days, she is a proud student of our school. She is also one of our loyalty awardees. Naturally Affable Award, Florentino Stella Diana T. Described as someone who is pleasantly easy to approach and to talk to, friendly, cordial, and warmly polite. This young lady admits that she is not perfect, but but she has become a good example to her classmates. She is obedient and responsible as well. She never fails to use polite words. She is kind, compassionate, and very gracious. She is also one of our loyalty awardees. Golden Heart Award, Lastimosa Margarita C. This young lady is not competitive. She is genuine and joyful. She is free-hearted, open-handed, and unselfish. She is also one of our loyalty awardees. Modeling in aesthetic intelligence, Policarpio Caliana Martha V. Children with a high modeling in aesthetic intelligence love to move. They use movement to acquire knowledge about themselves, their physical and mental abilities, and their surroundings. This young lady is active, giving, and pretty. She is quite an achiever. She strives hard to do her work with all her capacity. She shines when she performs, and she is adaptable and appreciative. Most assertive, Tamundong Maria Dayan Ashera G. Some will describe her as bossy, but she really is a great influencer. She oozes confidence. This young lady is decisive and firm. She is also one of our loyalty awardees. The Composed Gentleman Award, Suzuki John Gabriel S. Someone who is calm and shows no nervousness or agitation, this young man is not easily troubled by the changing environment. He takes things in stride and enjoys his weekend getaways. He is kind, polite, and obedient.
Of course, we also have the Meritorious and Loyalty Awards for our junior high school students. Our Interpersonal Intelligence Awardee is Alan James L. Bonieto. Individuals who are strong in interpersonal intelligence are good at being aware of their own emotional states, feelings, and motivations. They tend to enjoy self-reflection and analysis, including daydreaming, exploring relationships with others, and assessing their personal strengths. This young man is a gentleman of few words. He displays a calm and quiet demeanor inside the classroom. He may be shy, but he is aware of his own feelings and is self-motivated. He is decisive, dignified, directed, and firm. AJ is also the recipient of a Loyalty Award. Exceptional Ethics Award, Elijah Noah Josh E. Bagnan. He is also a Loyalty Awardee. When moral principles govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity, a person is described as ethical. This young man has the desire to do things well or to the best of his ability. He is thorough, careful, efficient, organized, and vigilant in his efforts based on his principles or a sense of what is right. Linguistic Intelligence Award, Bien Marie Angelette L. de Guzman. She is also a Loyalty Awardee. She possesses the sensitivity to spoken and written language and the capacity to use language to accomplish certain goals. This award will be given to the person who has displayed the ability to think in words and to use language to express and appreciate complex meanings. She is able to think on her feet and improvise on her essays when called upon to perform the task. She has also maintained this intelligence in the wonderful creative poems and stories with profound and sensitive themes which she had submitted in class. Elegantly Endearing Award, Aisel V. Cangayo. She is also a loyalty awardee. Someone who is described to be endearing means that she causes someone to feel very fond of them. She has a captivating face and grace, quite uncommon among girls of her age. She is charming and sweet. She has the bearing of a princess, is well-groomed and proper, and always acts according to what is expected of her in any given situation. Bodily Kinesthetic Award, Caitlin Aretha Nicole B. Dacassi. She is also a loyalty awardee. Children with a high bodily kinesthetic intelligence love to move. They use movement to acquire knowledge about themselves, their physical and mental abilities, and their surroundings. This young girl is quite an achiever. She strives hard to do her work with all her capacity. This girl can choreograph dance steps and is very much willing to teach her classmates. She shines when she performs, and she has a graceful body rhythm and carries a good singing voice. Most Assertive Award, Eliza Drew Simone P. Wanima. She is also a loyalty awardee. She also presented the best abstract during the qualitative research. She is a lovely yet complicated lady, and some say she's domineering and has a very strong personality. She may seem stubborn to some, but she is firm, forward, resolute, and confident. This girl exudes an outgoing personality. She knows what she wants and will assert her rights. Imagination to Creation Award, Lena Cristel D. Guran. She is also a loyalty awardee. The ability to make or otherwise bring into existence something new, whether a new solution to a problem, a new method or device, or a new artistic object or form is this young lady's gift. She possesses a creative mind. Her hands create work that her mind imagines. She draws in an artistic manner and has displayed an aesthetic sense of art and beauty. Whenever she draws, she is particular with details. She likes her work beautiful and creative and would not settle for less. Ardent learner, Chinile G. Delavine. She is also a loyalty awardee and the best presenter during the qualitative research defense held last April 20. She is a pretty, curly-haired and beautiful young lady. She is also scholarly, thorough, compliant, punctual, and efficient. This young woman sees to it that all tasks given to her are accomplished. She never fails to complete her requirements, is ready to do something without being asked, and puts extra effort into everything she does. Eliza Denise N. Ginakaran. She is also a loyalty awardee and is also awarded as having the best paper for the qualitative research. Described as someone who is pleasantly easy to approach and to talk to, friendly, cordial, and warmly polite, this young lady admits that she is not perfect, but she has become a good example to her classmates. She is obedient and responsible as well. She never fails to use polite words. She is kind, forgiving, compassionate, accepting, and very gracious. Exuberant Heart Award, Lawrence Ali A. Calalas. He is also a loyalty awardee. This young man is sometimes misunderstood because he seems to be hard to deal with. Because of his strong personality, some people tend to not interact with him. People talking to him should be cautious with their words because he is quite sensitive too. Despite his strong personality, this young man is polite and honest. After years of being together and accepting each other's strengths and challenges, he is loved by his peers. Logical Intelligence Award, Paul Erin C. Quintinita. The ability to think logically, reason, and identify connections are the qualities of a person that possesses logical intelligence. This young man may seem childish at first, but he has mature ideas and opinions. He loves to make long explanations of things, especially those that really catch his attention or interest. He is quite philosophical, witty, and displays a high sense of humor. Interpersonal Intelligence Award, Eric Escobar Jr. He is also a loyalty awardee. The ability to understand social situations and the behavior of others are some of the qualities that this young man possesses. The receiver of this award is seen as a good friend to his peers and a good role model to his schoolmates. He is approachable and willing to stop and say hello to everyone, from a little boy in casa to a raucous teenager in high school. He has the ability to note distinctions among others, sensitivity to the moods and temperaments of others, and the ability to entertain multiple perspectives. The special awards given are the Dr. Maria Montessori Award. The recipient of this award displayed a deep appreciation of the Montessori materials inside her classrooms and has a genuine respect and love of the environment. It is evident by the manner she works with the materials, by the care she shows in handling them. From the grade school department, Dr. Maria Montessori awardee is none other than Guthrie G. Harumamari. Our Dr. Maria Montessori awardee is Aisel V. Camayo. The next special award to be given is the Leadership Award. The Leadership Award goes to Sophia Catherine M. Beltran.
The Leadership Award goes to Eliza Denise and Inakara.
Our sixth honorable mention, Kayana Marta V. Policarpio. Our fifth honorable mention, Von Janelli L. Bonieto. Our fourth honorable mention, Maria Dayan Ashera G. Tamondong. Our third honorable mention, Yuris B. Valencia. Our second honorable mention, Elijah P. Lingaw-Lingaw. Our first honorable mention, Francesca Maggie Ann L. Guzman. Our bronze medalist is Cass Lawrence B. Ignacio. Our silver medalist is Godfrey G. Harocamay. Sophia Catherine M. Belcan.
From the Junior High School Department, third honorable mention, Kangayo Hazel V. Second honorable mention, Delavine Chinelay G. Our first honorable mention, Quintinita Paul Erin C. Our bronze medalist is none other than Juanima Eliza Drew Simone P. Our silver medalist is none other than Escobar Eric Jr. A. Our gold medalist from the Junior High School Department is none other than Ginakaran Eliza Denise N.
We are down to the last two student speakers this afternoon who will deliver a graduate's message. Ladies and gentlemen, the gold medalists from the junior high school and elementary departments, Sophia Catherine M. Beltran and Ate Elisa Denise N. Ginakaran.
To our dearest school directress, Ms. Lady Young, beloved guests, teachers, fellow graduates, family, and friends. A very pleasant afternoon. It is amazing how my grade school years have unfolded. How, like a plant, I grew my roots in Smart Starters Montessori, broke ground reaching for the sun, and kept the pace of growth into the learner I am today. In grade 1, at the age of 5, I did not understand the lessons right away. I got confused a lot of times. My writing wasn't neat. My journal had lots of erasures, and I was a little bit shy. But slowly, starting with one friend at a time, I made a lot of friends. And that made a huge difference. I eagerly went to school. I enjoyed the camping and field trip activities. I got more comfortable with myself. That self-confidence enabled me to have fun and to win in the He and She's Got the Look modeling event in school to the lower and upper elementary levels. The years that followed became a period of enrichment for me. Through practice and the patience of our teachers in helping us learn the skill, I eventually mastered writing in cursive. With the constant guidance and encouragement of my parents, I also learned to get over low scores by getting reminded that I can always do better next time. Like a foretelling come true, I indeed improved my performance in smart math. Over the years, I stocked up on learnings like rings on the trunk of trees. I received constant outpouring of support from family, friends, and teachers like torrents of rain on rainforests. All throughout, I learned from Wawa, Wubo, and Lola Ising to always look up to God, like the leaves do wherever which way the sun goes. Like my fellow graduates, I am still very much like a growing plant, anchored on the ground, made rich by the home and school environment. The ground that props me up when a gust of wind blows my way, and the ground that keeps me from eroding my values and my belief in myself whenever I am flooded with doubts and fears. And so, on this day, I would like to honor all the parents and grandparents for loving my fellow graduates and me unconditionally, and for supporting us all the way. I would like to thank our school directress, Ms. Davy Dino, and all the teachers since grade 1 to grade 6, not only for the engaging learning environment, but for treating us all like family. I would like to thank my classmates, friends, and fellow graduates for making our journey together so much fun and memorable. Most of all, I would like to bring back the honor and glory to God, who made all these possible. And I believe in the saying of Dr. Seuss that sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. To my fellow graduates, God has just begun His work in us for the future that He has prepared for us. The best is yet to come. Congratulations to all of us. Thank you.
beloved heritage this day, dear teachers, friends, relatives, graduates, and my fellow competitors, good afternoon. Congratulations to us, for we had once again achieved a new goal in our lives. I am greatly honored to stand before you today and have the chance to reminisce and celebrate everything we have been through in the past years in SSM. As a start, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the people who extended their helping hands in our darkest days. To those people who pulled us away from the room of disappointment, melancholy, and indolence. First of all, to God, for without His guidance in our lives, we will surely not be here today, having this chance to show how we persevered in one of the stages in our lives. Our family, as cliche as it may sound, without all your sacrifices and hard work, we won't be here today celebrating our triumph. So thank you. Thank you for the support you have given us. Thank you for your dedication and love because that has inspired us to study well and pursue our dreams. Specifically to my parents, I didn't want to cry right here on the stage, so I made sure to make it short. I am certain I have shown you how thankful I am to have you as the people I would gladly tell the world who taught me the things in life and show me what the flaws and problems in life and still gave me the chance to love them. To my little sister Danica, little ka pa ba? Thank you for being that hard-headed kid who would never want to listen to me. Thank you for being that chubby ball of sunshine in our household, even though you think I am mean and rude, which for sure I am not. To our dear teachers, I would like to utter my deepest admiration for your patience and passion in teaching us, not only the lessons in our books, but also the lessons in life that we were unaware of, which I can say helped us in a lot of ways. You have stood as our second parents in our second home. To Miss Jenny, thank you for all the extra time you had allocated for us when we had a hard time understanding math. To Binibining Gwen, thank you for all the jokes and perspectives in life you have shared. You will never be forgotten, especially those memories. To Miss Swain, thank you for giving us the chance to open our minds to how the world works. Even those little tips on how to become a better version of ourselves in our own little ways. To Mr. Zozo, thank you for being the most lenient teacher we had, at least for me. You never pushed us in doing things we find difficult. You helped in more ways you may think of. To Mr. Tony, thank you for being the funniest and easiest teacher to be with. To all the teachers who had been with us since day one, who literally saw us grow up, thank you for the memories and laughs you have shared with us. They will be forever in our hearts. To Ms. Lay, thank you for the understanding you have shown us despite all the stress we have contributed to a long list you already have. You taught us how to take risks and never miss chances when given opportunities. To all the staff of SSM, thank you po for the guidance and warm meetings every time we come across each other. Lastly, to my friends, wag kayo iyak. Thank you. Thank you for being one of the reasons why I'm still here standing in front of you today. Even though there were a lot of circumstances wherein it was just in a snap of my fingers, and I could disappear anytime I want, anytime I need. You gave me your words of jokes, dahil sigurado akong hindi yun wisdom. Do not give up, sometimes. Know that I am grateful for having all of you as the people I can count on. With this chance, I would like to make the most out of it by sharing some of the most memorable happenings in my high school years. There are a lot, actually. However, I would like to give emphasis in our journey through this pandemic. We were just oblivious kids who didn't expect that we were about to face more hardships in life. I must admit that it was really difficult when classes started once again, after a break which lasted 5 months long. Honestly, at first, I was euphoric. However, when days turned into weeks, and weeks turned to months, I suddenly felt the need to be outside and meet my friends and acquaintances in school again. That was why when it was stated to us that the school year will be starting again, I was beyond excited. As we were adapting to this unforgettable timeline in our lives, we faced difficulties, such as the house and wants in online classes. We were now unaware of how it used to work. Even our socialization skills decreased due to the pandemic. We had our own fair share of hardships in school as well as in life. But within this journey, we also had countless moments where we laughed our voices out, cried our hearts out, and even pulled all-nighters. May it be for academic purposes or for fun. I cannot deny the fact that there are days when we would feel like everything was overwhelming, everything was tiring, and everything was not making sense. Magugulat ka na lang, nagiging therapist ka na lang bigla. Your messenger would suddenly become freedom mode. I am not complaining about it though. I am actually thankful for those actions in certain moments have shown me a part of you and what I meant to you. Of course, I also had my turns. There would be times when I would randomly send them voice messages and messages with just me complaining, whining, and even nothing. Just a quiet vibration of a fan. But even if it was trivial, they made sure that I was heard and listened to. And this shows that even with all those boulders blocking our way at the end of this tunnel, there will be these type of people who would help us remove them one by one and face the end of the dark road together. Nearing the end of my chance, I would like to say to you, my fellow graduates and competitors, that I am proud of you, of what you have become and what you may be in the future, which hopefully is something we could truly be proud of. Striving even with uncertainties in life, even with the obscure future in front of us, even with the untaken road you've established. For I am one of the witnesses and how you tried your best just to shout victory in one of your most important battles. Quote it from a book I'm reading, "We are all works in progress who feed off our downturns and struggles as we strive to our pinnacles. If you were wounded by your past, stand up, stand tall, and be brave enough. For once a Montessorian, always a Montessorian. To more pursue dreams and achieve goals. Again, good afternoon everyone, and God bless."
Our graduation ceremonies will not be complete without a message from our directors, Ms. Lady.
Good afternoon. Don't you worry, sandali lang to. Our speakers, the two parent speakers, and our guest speaker had said enough about resilience and getting by, battling the constant palo and impact of COVID-19. No? So I will not say anymore about the thing about being resilient and pursuing your dreams amidst the pandemic. What I would like to talk about and to ask my message to you is to expound on the merits and awards that have been given this afternoon. You might have noticed that the awards were not given out in advance, right? Did you like the surprise? Okay. It's always something to look forward to during our graduation ceremonies. Bakit? Diba? Sa DepEd Mistay, dapat yan 15 days before graduation and recognition, it should be given out, announced. With our recognition days, we give it out as group honors. Although we have the numerical grades na alam namin kung sino top 1, top 2 in each level, hindi po namin ina-award ng top 1, top 2 doon sa non-graduating students classes. So we give them out as group honors. For the graduating students, kung napansin niyo po, it is a balance between character, meritorious traits, and academic excellence. No? Pare-pareho ang weight niyan. What? Miss Lai, anak ko, meritorious award lang. Oh, that is the difference with your Montessori school. Kasi po, kami pong mga teachers, hindi po kami, well, I will speak for myself. I'm not so impressed with a student who's academically excellent. I look for the character, the integrity, the values that is inculcated in the child. Tinatanong namin kasi ang sarili namin, no? Ako, may anak ako. Kayo, may anak kayo. Ito nga eh. Diba? This is their day. And yet, ito tanong ko sa magulang. If given a choice, what kind of a child would you choose? A child who is value-laden, or a child who is just academically excellent? Then, if you have a child who can strike a balance between the two, who is academically excellent, and who has the best traits you could ever imagine for a child, then you have won the lotto. You have won the lottery. Why? It's not only the excellence in academics who would push your child to success. And these 2 years of the pandemic has proven that. Maraming bumigay, yung matatalino, yung mga intellectually excellent. But sino ang mas nagtagumpay sa bagyo na binigay at inabot natin kay COVID-19? Those who are emotionally resilient. Yung matabang, kahit na may naririnig na bully sa kanya, bullying, like, ay si Godfrey, iiyak na yan, iiyak na yan, iiyak na yan. Ang ingay-ingay, diba? Pero you know what? More than the awards that Godfrey has received today, Godfrey, you have to admit, the best lessons you learned during these online classes is what? Being emotionally stable, di ba? Umiiyak ka pa ba? Ha? Kapag sinabi, iyak yan, umiiyak ka pa ba? Godfrey? Ano daw sabi? Minsan, we have to learn more lessons in that. Kasi ngayon, sa inaabot natin pare-pareho, you have to be emotionally stable, emotionally resilient. Dear Montessorians, huwag masyadong manipis ang mukha at huwag din balat sibuyas. May narinig lang konti na hindi siya maganda. Wala na. Down na yung self-esteem. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. We might have awarded several people, several Montessorians this afternoon. O ang tanong ko, bumaba ba ang belief niyo sa sarili niyo? Well, we might have been subjective. We might not have seen kung ano pa, but you know what? I was listening to the meritorious traits. Wow! Witty, kind, compassionate. Diba? It's more than any academically excellent. Academic excellence is what? It's based on test results. It's based on your recitation, in your participation, in your work, extracurricular, and all of that, right? But it should not define you. Kasi kung pwede lang, lahat kayo para sa amin ay academically excellent. Why? It is not easy to be a student during the pandemic. Oh, sige.
Sino ang magsasabi sa akin, kayang-kaya ko, Miss Lai. Kayang-kaya mo na nagkakalyo ka sa puwet? Oh, sige na. Kayang-kaya mo bang sumakit yung mata mo? Saka titig dun sa monitor, sabi pa naman ni Miss Gwen, laging on cam, on cam, on cam. Sakit-sakit na ng mata, o sige. Diba? Diba ang hirap? Tapos hindi tayo nag-enjoy kasi our other school activities were curtailed because of the restrictions, right? Medyo matigas nga lang ng konti ang ulo natin, di ba? Nanilusot natin ng konti yung camping natin, di ba? Tsaka yung teen idol natin, at tsaka yung inches catalog, at yung Mrs. SSM, di ba? Ay. Kaya dapat, no, Han Solo, dapat ngayon, ang expectations namin sa inyo, lahat kayong graduates ng grade 6 and the grade 12 completers, dapat sa inyo, ang unang-una, madiskarte. Okay? O diskarte, mayroong bang binigyan ng award na madiskarte? Doon yun sa meritorious awards makikita. Miss Kalbat, number 1 yung madiskarte. Hindi talino. Kasi minsan po, sige, nadidinig ako ng mga academically excellent, ha? And check yourself. Minsan yung matalino nag-overthink. Right? Minsan yung matalino, wala pang problema, namumblema na. Bakit? May project. Film. Yung matalino, sumasakit ang ulo. Sige, sakit ulo, anong gagawin niya? Diba? Yung madiskarte, nag-isip na kung paano nila didiskartehan. Paano nga kaya magkakaroon ng group work, hiwa-hiwalay, nasa bahay? Diba? Paano magkakaroon ng collaboration, hindi magkakasama? There goes the diskarte. And between the diskarte at yung nag-overthink, sa palagay ninyo, sino yung mas magka-come up na magandang project? Ha? Yung 100% palagi sa test? O, sino? Taas. Yung madiskarte. Ha? Ganun din naman sa thesis nyo. Kinabahan ako kanina kay Denise. Dala-dala. 10 pages yata. Akala ko best paper writer talaga to. Thesis ka na sa speech. Mabuti na lang, hindi naman pala. Di ba? Doon sa thesis nyo, mga mahal, you have to combine your good grasp of your language, English language, and your writing skills, your research skills, to come up with very good thesis paper, right? Oh. But I would like to commend all the 12 grade 10 completers. If only I could show your parents how you did well during your defense last April 20. I was amazed. And while we were presenting your paper, I was looking at you. Kung mapapansin niyo po, our dear parents, doon sa grade 10 natin, ang dami pong loyalty awardees. Alam niyo po ba, marami sa kanila ang nakita ko po na tumutulo yung sipon doon sa kasa. Literally, these grade 10 students grew with us. Pero tingnan niyo po sila, malalaki na, matatangkad na sa amin. At tama si Mrs. Calalas, mas magagaling sa amin magsalita. Alam niyo po, hindi man namin kayo nabigyan lahat ng Excellence Award. 6 lang nakuha sa inyo, grade 10, 9 lang sa grade 6. Mahal, i-compare natin yung sarili ninyo sa iba. Malayo-malayo kayo. Sabi ko nga, kung pwede lang mabigyan kayo lahat. And yet, that is another lesson for you, my dear Montessorians.
You have to have that emotional balance. Porke ba walang academic excellence award, humina na ang bilib mo sa sarili? No! That should serve as a challenge to you. Sabi nga this is not the end. This is just the beginning. Why? The grade 6 students will have to look forward to more exciting years in the junior high school. Right? And what about the grade 10 students? Oh my. Are you looking forward to having a boyfriend? Or a girlfriend? No. Of course not. Ayokong isipin na kaya kayo, ang iba sa inyo ay aalis sa SSM ay dahil sa SSM bawal ang boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay, but of course, as your school directress, I would want you to stay a little longer. We have opened the junior high school students for our Montessorians in the LM. Oo, masakit kayo. Di ba, pag ikaw yung nagluto, nagsaing, tapos iba kumain. Sarap pokpokin mo. Pero no. Based on my observations, based on our observations from those graduates of our Susord High, I'm happy to report back to you for our dear parents. They did very well. They did very well. Meron na tayong mga estudyante na nakagraduate na ng college. Alam niyo po, marami sa kanila hindi pa nag-aasawa. Sa palagay ko yun ang tatak ng isang Montessorian. No? Wanting to explore the world, discover the world, soar high, puntahan mo na lahat, gawin mo na lahat ng gusto bago mag-isip ng love life. No! Nakikinig. Uy, grade 6, hindi para sa inyo yun. Grade 10 yun. Mukhang naririnig ko, grade 6 ang may love life pa. Natawa kayo, no? Mahiya kayo sa mga ate nyo at kuya na nasa likod nyo. Mga ate at kuya sa grade 10, nangangako ba kayo? Tatapusin nyo ang senior high nang walang boyfriend, girlfriend? Yes! Hindi makasagot, tumayo ang grade 10. Tumayo kayo, mahal. Stand up. Face your parents. Face your parents. Sige Face your parents. Si Nicole ayaw. Okay. Nangangako ba kayo sa kanila? Tatapusin ang senior high, magtatapos ng college, walang boyfriend, girlfriend? Yes! Wala, mukhang mahina. Mukhang lumabas sa ilong. Parang hindi heartfelt. Ulit! 50-50. Dear Montessorians, do you promise, grade 10, tatapusin ng senior high, tatapusin ng college, at magkakaroon ng diploma nang hindi muna mag-boyfriend, girlfriend? Yes! Okay. That is all videotaped. So we have proof. Totoo yan Thank you very much, mga mahal. You have so much out there for you. And with your good looks, kala ko nga beauty pageant yung pinuntahan natin ngayon Right? Ang gaganda. Wow, tatak yata yan ng mga taga-Smart Starters Montessori, no? Swayze. Teachers, tatak ba yan ng SSM? Dapat ang mag-enroll maganda at pogi, right? Kasi ang mga magulang ay maganda at pogi, right? At ang mga teachers ay yun lang. Mukhang yun yung questionable. No? Lalo pag nakita mo si Mr. Tony, no? Now, grade 6. Mahal, you have 4 years in high school. And natutuwa ako kasi nakikita ko ang skills ninyo. Kayang-kaya nyo ang high school. Wherever your path may lead you, alam ko, and we are confident that you can choose to be the best of wherever you will be and whatever you will be. Grade 6, do you you promise? Yung mga hindi gumagawa ng assignment dyan. Yung mga hindi nagbabasa ng libro dyan. Dahil dito sa online na to, puro gaming yon. Miss Glenn, ba't wala bang ano? Most active in ML. Ba't wala yan, Miss Glenn? And most active in social media. Diba? Pero mga mahal, grade 6, nagpapaalala po ako. Ang social media, ang gadget nandyan lang. Pero araw-araw po, tayo ay tumatanda. We do not waste time. Kaya nga sinabi, time is gold. You cannot turn back time. Wasted time is a lost opportunity. So you choose. You choose whether you will use your time to be better and better in whatever weakness na find out mo sa inyo. Only you can improve yourself. And you have that choice. Grade 6. Grade 6, ha? Oh, you have a classmate, Elijah. And Elijah, linaw-linaw. Isipin niyo sila in this time of the pandemic. And yet, they persevere. Let us all be inspired by their work and their perseverance na makatapos. Nagets niyo si Miss Lai? At habang pinag-aaral ng mga magulang, huwag sayangin. Ikaw ang mawawalan kapag hindi mo inisip kung paano mo improve ang sarili mo. Mapag-iiwanan ka. Gets niyo mga mahal? So it is your choice, mga darling. And your teachers in Smart Starters Montessori are just here. Do you get me? Huh? Again, congratulations to all of you and to our dear parents. Dapat double awardees kayo dear parents, yeah? With your trust and support and with all this, closure of private schools, you are the wind beneath SSM's wings. Indeed. And so, I pay tribute on behalf of my staff and teachers. I really pay tribute to all the parents who have that vision, have enrolled their children in Smart Starters Montessori, despite, alam ko, may mga financial difficulties. Pero I beg to disagree, Mrs. Kalalas, hindi mataas ang tuition ni Smart Starters Montessori ngayon. Sa totoo po, kasi we felt the need para tumulong din financially sa ating mga magulang. We applied for PAYAC, for Philippine Government's assistance. We applied for senior high school so that we can extend the services to these young children hanggat maaari sa lahat ng laban. Kasama niyo kami. Hindi ba kayo nagsasalita sa amin? Alam na po namin. Ramdam na ramdam namin kayo. And yet, I ask on behalf of my teachers, sana pasawa din namin kayo in deed and in thought. Salamat po.
Thank you, Ms. Lay. But wait, it's not over yet. The graduates have prepared wonderful presentations to make this afternoon more memorable for all of us. This program is being videotaped and let us all cooperate so it will turn out well. We would like to acknowledge Mr. Mario Wong, our photographer and videographer. Without further ado, once more, ladies and gentlemen, the graduates and completers, batch 2021 to 2022.
I should have done this years ago. But don't tell my sons I said that because they have been at me for ages to do a cruise. I kept telling them that I didn't want to be stuck in a floating hotel with a bunch of strangers. Besides, I just cannot leave the school without a directress for a week or so. Can I? Ferdy spotted a round-trip cruise to the Bahamas for seniors. I had to admit the Royal Caribbean Line's deals were too difficult to pass on. The ship, Oasis of the Seas, proudly stands at 1,004 feet. It's no surprise that it debuted all new ways to have a good time on board and continues to prove it with the outdoor fitness and fun of Sports Square, featuring the world's first ropes course at sea. This is also the ship that introduced the world to Cucina del Capitano, which serves up Italian favorites fit for a captain. And of course, the famous Red Frog Pub, with its laid-back, not a word to be found atmosphere. Why did it take me so long to say yes to this? I got the ocean suite, so the uninterrupted view of the ocean served as my companion throughout the cruise. Of course, I wanted to enjoy the full amenities that came with this trip, so I quickly made my way to the deck. As I was looking out to sea, enjoying a spray of sea salt on my skin, I overheard a group of young women talking amongst themselves. Something about their up-and-coming business venture in San Jose del Monte City, Bulacan. Hold on. Who are these people? I steal a glance and I saw 5 ladies. One seemed so familiar, I just had to look again. I was right. Diane was talking when I approached the group. Miss Larry! The girls shrieked in unison. Talking to them, I learned that Diane Ashara Tamondong, Stella Diana Florentino, and Apina Mary Flores, owners of the most successful business enterprise in Bulacan, are working together on a project community for San Jose del Monte. They invited Francesca Mayi Ande Guzman, a top caliber lawyer in the city of San Jose del Monte, as well as their close friend, Abigail Maalihan, who is a pilot, and at the time, vacationing, to join them on their trip. After exchanging stories, I begged off, as I wanted to explore more on my own. Next, as I was walking, I chanced upon the library and couldn't resist entering the grand room. The walls were covered with shelves from floor to ceiling, showcasing a variety of reading materials. There was also a room to lounge in where one can play a myriad of board games. As I stepped into the lounge, I heard a loud, booming voice. We win! A quick glance in the room showed me a group of young gentlemen around the table playing with what seems to be a modern board game. I called out to one, Guthrie, is that you? He span and stared at me, and his same loud voice said, Yes, it's me! It's me, Miss Lai! By then, everyone around the table was looking on, and some made their way toward me. Oh my, I was face to face with Guthrie Haramamay, a 3-star Lieutenant General, the commanding general of the Philippine Army. Swayze Lemur Estor, commanding general of Philippine Air Force. Ruben Dane, 30 Custodio, Lance Cedric Gurat, and John Gabriel Suzuki, incorporators, owners of CGS Group of Companies, an engineering and architectural firm with branches all over the Philippines and abroad. A young man holding specialized equipment and giving orders to two men who seemed to be recording the entire scenario. I couldn't quite see his face because he kept on moving around, probably finding the best angle to take shots from. When he was finally done, he said, This is Joseph David Samuelson, your favorite YouTuber. See you again later. Oh, David! I was glad to see these boys together, having fun and relaxing. We played a round of Pictionary, and I bade them farewell. As I was walking to my suite, with a smile on my face, I bumped into a tall, young man who seemed to be checking something. When he looked at me to apologize, his face lit up and he said, Miss Lai, so nice to see you here. It was Elijah Lingaw-Lingaw. He was apparently checking all safety equipment because he works as a fireman, fire attack team leader on this cruise. I didn't keep him from doing his job and proceeded to my room. I changed my clothes for the evening events as advised on my schedule. As I walked past the piano bar, I bumped into a lady who seemed to be in a hurry. I called out to her, Christine! It was Christine Joanna Parocha and her busy nature, because she is the executive secretary of the President of the Philippines. The President was apparently on the ship. I walked my way through to the atrium where there would be dinner, dancing, and music. As I sat at the bar, I noticed a young man staring at me. I immediately recognized the features, his hair, his earnest look. It was Cas Lorenz Ignacio, the famous drifter from the Philippines who competes in international events. With him at the bar were Von Janley Bonieto, a renowned book author, Hans Zolo Euphemia, a famous art animator, even Jace Casas, a pediatrician who also has his own TV program, Jaden Delfino, owner of and the leading IT specialist in his field, Marco Nathaniel Dino, a business owner and game tester, Euris Valencia, the interior designer behind the luxurious cruise, and Kalyana Martha Policarpio, the executive chef on this cruise line. We spent a good hour talking, and catching up over cocktails. Before dinner, I went to visit the onboard art gallery. I was pleasantly surprised because Margarita Lastimosa and Elisha Rubio were part of the team of artists who welcomed me and walked with me as I admired the collection that they showcased. It was definitely a feast for the eyes. I feel my stomach rumbling as I made my way to the steakhouse to meet with my previous students. I chanced upon a photographer taking delectable shots of the food on display, as well as capturing the ambience of the restaurant. When she put down her camera, I almost shouted in excitement. Instead, I walked up to her and gently touched her on the arm while I whispered her name. Sophia! The world-renowned photographer, Sophia Catherine Beltran. She looked at me and beamed. She walked with me to my table, where people whom I met earlier that day were beginning to assemble. Finally seated, I looked around me with pride as I see the faces of the grade 6 students in Smart Starters Montessori, batch 2021-2022. They are all grown up now, young men and women, all in their respective professions, each making a mark in their chosen field. Everyone is successful in their own right. I am blessed to be surrounded by these people. My pride, my legacy, my Montessorians.
turn on the TV, flipping through the channels mindlessly, looking for some random program to watch while I wait for sleep to finally come. I stopped at channel 22 and stared hard at the host who was seated on a long white leather couch. His guests were laughing at some joke he probably said while I was still changing channels. I waited for a break in the program, and while the ads were being played, I quickly grabbed my phone and searched for TV programs on channel 22. I found under 9 o'clock p.m. every Saturday. Tonight with Alan James is on. Alan James? AJ Bonieto? Is this really him? My fingers were flying as I searched through my phone. The show is back, and so I turned my attention to the TV while my fingers kept on pressing my phone. It is him! The information I found on the internet as well as his face plastered on the TV screen confirmed my speculation.
We're back, and the last question I asked before we went on break was, what are your thoughts on this statement? Employers are frequently reported as saying school leavers are not workplace ready. Let's start with you since you are right beside me.
A gentleman in a jacket that says CSI on the left pocket cleared his throat and proceeded to speak.
For me, I can say that this statement has some truth in it. Before I started my job as a detective, I had all the theories, the facts, everything I learned in school until the university right here.
As he pointed jokingly at his head. Noah! That was Elijah Noah Josh Baliano, a forensics expert. Before I could process more information, a young woman spoke up.
I agree, Noah. I started as a ground attendant or ground staff. On my first day at work, I was actually asking myself if I should be the one checking passenger documents. Or maybe someone should check on me if I'm doing my job as I was supposed to. I know I was following the protocol the entire time. But sometimes there's this voice that asks me if I'm sure about what I'm doing.
She gave a very hearty laugh, and I immediately recognized that sound. It was Bien Marie Angelette de Guzman, the flight attendant. Another guy in a dark blue suit chimed in.
Now that I think about it, I was fairly quiet my first day in our company. I only talked with my peer here because she was the only person I knew then.
I remember that, Eric,
said a young lady wearing black coordinates with an inner pink shirt.
I was also quiet and we were the only ones discussing between ourselves. That was until you were asked by managing director to share your thoughts.
Ah, I know that. With perspiration running down my back, I stood up and acted as if nothing was bothering me. But this was like I was back in school being called to recite.
Eric Escobar Jr. and Eliza Denise Ginakaran, both engineers. As everyone joined in on the laughter, the host posed another question.
Can you turn a hobby into a career?
Wearing a hoodie with a colorful print, perhaps of a company but I couldn't quite make it out, a man quickly answered.
Of course you can. Look at me. I knew then, even when I was in school, what I wanted to do. And here I am, a game developer. Doing what I love, getting paid to do my hobby. It's not easy though. I had to go through a lot of challenges and learnings before I realized that I wouldn't be here now if not for the teachers who stuck by me, believe in me, and never gave up on me.
He bowed a little as if to give respect and acknowledge the teachers he had through the years. Lawrence Ali Calalas, the most renowned game developer in the world.
I have always loved to investigate and share the stories I learn, and this is what I do now in my career.
A woman in black spectacles said,
I travel and at the same time pursue my hobby that turned into my profession. If you love what you do, you have to give everything to realize that dream.
That makes sense, I said to myself. I look at her closely and I see her eyes beyond the glasses. The best researcher and broadcaster in the Philippines today, Caitlin Arida Nicole Dacasin. Suddenly, the group grew quiet as they looked at a woman in a long, flowy, sunny yellow dress. She has a hearing aid. She speaks quite well, but still gestures with her hands to make sure everyone understands her.
I have always loved painting. This has been my avenue to express my thoughts and feelings since I was young. Now, I have my own gallery where all my work is displayed. Some are for viewing only and some are for sale. I use different materials. I paint on canvas, on bags, on pots, anything I can get all my hands on. I just enjoy sharing my talent with everyone. I also hold lessons for aspiring artists. Drop by my office anytime so we can schedule lessons.
Whoa! Leila Cristel Gurat, one of the most sought-after modern artists. Before I can recover from my surprise at all my students on TV, the host posed yet another question.
How many types of jobs do you expect to do over your lifetime? I started as a TV host, but my career path guided me towards a sort of progression. I actually am onto my first project as a movie director. So watch out for my first film, everyone.
AJ's announcement was met with deafening applause. Wow, he has really a lot of skills waiting to be unfolded. A tall, beautiful woman spoke up.
I have always thought about myself being a writer. I love to read and I love to write. So apart from being an educator, I also started to write fiction, and the first series of books should be out by next month.
Her timid yet bright smile reminded me of her days in junior high school. An educator, Chini Leida Levin is soon to be an author too.
When I was figuring out what to do in my life some years back, I said I wanted to be a doctor. I am now evaluating my opportunities as to what specialization I would want to pursue. I have enjoyed every part of my journey as a medical professional. I don't think I can see the end because the road is long and the opportunities boundless,
said a young lady wearing a deep red tailored suit. Eliza Drew Zimon Wanima, one of the medical directors of the newly built cutting-edge hospitals in San Jose del Monte, Bulacan.
I work with Dr. Wanima in the same hospital, and yet I go on special missions to far-flung places in our country to give free dental services.
A cheerful young man shared. His unmistakable smile made no room for second thoughts. That's Paul Erin Quintanita. Before the show came to an end, the host turned to one of his guests and asked,
"What can you say to those who are watching us now?"
A beautiful young lady wearing an elegant green dress cleared her throat and answered,
Set a goal for yourself. Make sure that your goal is something solid, something measurable, and something that's worth chasing. Plan everything according to that goal. Do everything that you can possibly do to ensure that you follow the path to that goal, no matter how difficult it may get. After all, it is your goal, your future that you are working on.
I couldn't help but beam at what she said. That was Acel Cangayo, one of the incorporators of the biggest accounting firm in the country. As the host closes the program and the camera zooms in on every guest seated on the white leather couch, I am transported to my time in Smart Starters Montessori, where these young professionals started their journey. I can vividly remember their faces as they stared at me the first time that I met with them during the face-to-face instruction pre-pandemic, to their animated faces, albeit sounds muted, during the online instruction when COVID-19 hit the world. These professionals started their careers as students. That's when they were molded. That's when they were trained. That's when they became aware. Smart Starters Montessori was where it all started. That's where they grew. That's where their hearts lie. Smart Starters Montessori, Junior High School, 2021-2022. I cannot be prouder.